So we are joined all the way from Indianapolis, Indiana, by my friend Kimberly Gorham, the owner of Gordon Golden Enterprises there in Indiana. We have a room full here with us at Velma Jackson High School. We're recording this for our college career readiness class. We're in the agriculture, food, and natural resources career cluster, and we're recording this for all of our friends in Madison County Schools, Madison Central, Rosa Scott, Ridgeland High School, Germantown High School, the Academic Options Center, and our YouTube channel. So thank you so much for this very interesting setup you have for us today.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be part of your esteemed speaking group.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, before obviously you're going to explain everything you have there and about all you do there on your farm. But first, tell us, you're from Indiana. You did not go to school for this, and you also spent 25 years in the U.S. Army.
That is correct. Well, I'm Kimberly Gorham. I was actually born in the South, and I love the South, and I still am a Southerner. I was born in Ruston, Louisiana. My parents are graduates of Grambling State University, and I wound up going to Grambling State University as well. But before then, my parents came back to Indiana. My father was an engineer at Detroit Diesel Allison, a mechanical engineer, and my mom majored in marketing. But I grew up in Indianapolis, went to North Central High School, and I said I wanted to join the military. I didn't know what I was getting into, to be honest. My aunt is a nurse, or was a nurse, and she had recruiters approaching her, professionals. They want those type of professions in the military. And I joined. I didn't even know I was going to be wearing a uniform. Really didn't. But that changed my life because now I do a lot more research before I just do something. But I took the ASVAB, and I was actually qualified to be a pharmacist. So that's a pretty decent score. But I didn't know any of that. I just thought I wanted to be an accountant. And went to college, and I was like, accounting is not for me. Let me do what I know. Hotel restaurant management. So I actually have a degree in hotel restaurant management, and ag is not too far from that. I got eggs for my chicken right there. She's down. You might hear one of them that her name is Chick. Sometimes I call her Chicky Poo Poo. So anyway, and I've got the first venture of Gorham's Golden Enterprise was this is a beehive right here. I might zoom in so you can see it. That's a beehive right there. Right there. Cool. It's got some supers on it. And my bees actually came free. So bees swarm. That's a part of life departure. And they got so large that they swarmed. And I had somebody that knew that. They called me the 5-year beekeeper, because I would go to all of the meetings. I would go to the meetings and learn as much as I could learn. And they said, "You're awesome. Just go and do it." So I got these, I think last May, and guess what? They swarmed on me. So I must be a pretty good beekeeper. But I was en route to go and get some stuff to expand the hive so they could have more space, and they swarmed. But you got to have a good attitude in life.
That's awesome. I know you want to show us the hive, but just tell us a little bit about Gorham Golden Enterprises, because obviously you have your chickens, you have your eggs, you have your honey, you have a garden there with produce.
Yes,
and that's so important in agriculture, because agriculture, even though it is a very old art, it's not going anywhere. No. You're supplying 3 parts of the of our food supply, because without ag, we'd be naked, we'd be hungry, and we'd be homeless. So everything that comes out of agriculture fits into everything we do in our everyday life.
Yes, that is correct. So I have several different components of Gorham's Green Thumbs and Nursery. So this Wednesday, I set up my first farmer's market in a very nice area too. And what I did was I took cedar beds, raised cedar beds. You don't have to be a farmer. You can have a raised cedar bed. I'm a veteran, so it's hard for me to lift a lot of heavy stuff. This is coconut coir. You put water on it, and it expands to 2.5 gallons. So I take stuff like that to my farmer's market. This is called a garden hod. It doesn't have any vegetables in it right now, but you can harvest it for your flowers. And I also sell seeds. So I sell seed packets. Some things are not meant to be planted in the springtime. Some things are meant to be planted in the fall. These are Cabernet onions right there. So I sell different things. And guess what? maybe you don't really want to be a gardener or anything like that. I've got cat lover stuff, catnip in it, organic catnip. So I want to keep it fun. I want to keep it fun and fresh, and just keep people's entertainment going, because they got to know where their food comes from.
Well, and that's part of being an entrepreneur as well, because you're putting your brand out there, you're finding a way to sell things to everybody. Now, one thing that me and you have talked about, and that we talked about in class here on Wednesday, was all these technological advancements in agriculture, because we just said it is a very old art, but there are constant technological updates in agriculture that are happening every year. And we have great college programs here, Alcorn State, Mississippi State, that deal with cutting edge technology with soil science, with geospatial mapping. And then our programs here with we talked about drone pilots. Geospatial mapping is really taken off when it comes to agricultural careers in the United States right now.
That is correct. So Greg and I, as a good Army veteran would do, or a Boy Scout or a scout, they'd be prepared. So we did a dry run last night. And as I understand, this is your first time with somebody with two different cameras. There's one there and there's one here. That's technology. Literally, I need people on my team that can do the social media, that can do the marketing for me. Now, in regards to the unmanned aerial vehicle, that would be a pilot. And that pilot would take that drone and send it up in the sky. And then they could do aerial view to see what parts of the crop are doing well and what parts are not. It could also use that drone to apply pesticides, herbicides, or even water if need be, fertilizer. So I deal more into more organic practices. I'm not certified yet by the USDA. I just started my business February 29th, Leap Day. I took a leap of faith, went out with God, and I actually make my own compost. And that's the compost right next to you. I took an old dog cage, a 4-foot dog cage, and I dumped leaves in there. So I dumped leaves in there and produce. I'm looking at some onions, some bell peppers. I put some old lettuce in there because you got to keep it green. You got to keep that balance. But technology, soil scientists, like we were saying, you got to keep it at a right temperature to make sure that you have the right atmosphere in there. Because if you don't have it's going to become anaerobic. No air gets to it. You got to rotate. You don't have to rotate it, but there's all kinds of things. Oh, my chicken may want to come in. You want to come in, girl? 1, 2, 3. Oh, there we go. Say hi. Yes, it. Yes, my girl. She loves me. Yeah, there she is. So, you can have many different. Agriculture is not just one specific job. Got to till the soil. No, we need technological people that are in there. You have people that sometimes modify seeds. So we talk about GMO and non-GMO, and you have people, it would change over time naturally, but sometimes people want to speed up that process. A lot of that happens with corn, but I like to have heirloom corn, to be honest.
Yeah, and then and also here in Madison County Schools at our career center at MCTC, we have an unmanned aerial systems program where they can get certifications in drone piloting in high school. So
that's these right. Didn't you say it was 10th and 11th graders? So it's not too late for your plastic.
They can start. Yeah, they can start in 10th grade or in 11th grade.
Right. So they got to see their guidance counselor in order to sign up for that program, correct? Parents, Absolutely. If you're watching this, sign your kids up for it. Don't give them a choice.
Well, yeah, because like you just said, these geospatial mapping pilots, they're getting jobs at 19, 20 years old right out of high school, as long as they have the certification. So agriculture is a great field to get a degree in, because like I said, we have 2 great colleges here in Mississippi that have agriculture degrees, but it's not necessarily something you would have to go to college to get into, because there's just so broad, because people are always going to need to eat, people are always going to need clothes, and buildings going to have to always be built.
And it's always good to have 2 careers. Always have a backup plan. COVID happened.
Yeah. Now tell us a little bit about, obviously you're an entrepreneur, and I like to talk about entrepreneurship because I have so many kids that say they want to be entrepreneurs, whether it's in agriculture or not. But it is something that really does, ownership gives Ownership gives the ultimate freedom to a business person, but it's not something you just wake up and flip a switch and start posting on Instagram. Here, I have all this stuff for sale. So talk a little bit about the planning that goes into a business, because obviously your love is agriculture and the products you sell, but you didn't just open this overnight.
No, there's for for all the listeners that are out there, business model canvas, business model canvas. I did not create this. Strategizer actually created. It's on YouTube. You can look it up. There are 7 components. Your key resources. Who's going to assist you with your job? Score. I have several score mentors. I actually have 3, and they will bring on other people. We have a small business development center. We live in a world where all you have to do is pull out your phone, pull out your iPad, pull out your computer, and type. We're in the information age, the digital age. You can plan what you want to do. No, it is not an overnight. No, it is not an overnight thing. You're not going to have your fruits and vegetables to sell if you're going to be a farmer right away. You've got to make a plan. And in that plan, you want to think about contingency. What would I do if this happened? You want to think about where you're going to get your money from. It doesn't matter that you're in a rural place. My bees are starting to get a little bit more excited as it's warming up. But you want to think about, have you seen a FedEx truck go by somebody's house? They're making a delivery. Most likely. You can get a delivery too. You can get a delivery there. That means you can get a delivery out. So think about what you're doing, but you want to get a mentor. You may want to get more than one, because sometimes mentors get busy with their own thing and you need to have a backup plan. And you don't have to say, hey, so-and-so's not helping me. You can be polite about it and just say, hey, I know you're an expert in this. Can you help me get here? And they'll help you even formulate your goals. But always have your business cards. QR code on the back of there. That's how they can get a hold of my phone number. Get a hold of me right there. That's technology right there.
Now, I know you, no, go ahead and finish.
You want to have a marketing plan, okay? You don't have to be good at everything. Get a partner, get a teammate, get people that hey, I don't have any money right now, but I know that you're good at this. I know you're good at posting. I know you're good as a digital creator. I need you to come help me come up and market to people. You don't have to market just on social media. Set up a farmer's start, grow your stuff, open up the back of your grandpa's truck right there. People are going to want it. I know you've talked about people selling watermelon. Do something that somebody else isn't doing. That's where you are. I understand you got to drive a long way to get to the gas station to get there. Well, guess what? Use what you got there. You got earth. You eat. You don't eat everything sometimes on your plate. Start putting it in, a trash can. Let it decompose. Sell your stuff. I'm selling my chicken's poop. And I've got to go to the USPTO, the U.S. Patent Trade Office, to get my logo and stuff trademarked. It's about getting people in line. And guess what? Sometimes they have people that will do it for free for you. College students need to know how to do that patent or that trademark. And guess what? You're going to be one of their firsts.
Absolutely.
They're going to invest in you. Put that on the business model canvas. USPTO, I'll just say Cornell University's law school.
Now, I know you wanted to show us your beehive, so I know you wanted to suit up in the bee suit.
I can suit up in it, but I won't be able to open it up. This was a pretty penny. This was a pretty penny. This is just the jacket. But it's ventilated so I can get some air in it so I wouldn't get too hot. I hear you, girl. They're not going to keep me forever. But you see that suit? And you can keep things in here like tools. You may not want to wear overalls, but bees like white. I have learned the hard way. They don't like dark. Maybe we can conduct the rest of the interview in this.
Wow.
And it has 2 zippers on this one. So a zipper, as you can see. grab it with the other hand, rotate it around. And then you can put this down here. Make sure it's covered up. Woo, so no bees get in. How do I look? Woohoo! I look. So I know that you're going to be asking me some questions later on. So
Yeah, they're already handing it to me. We got some really good ones.
okay, rapid fire. I'm ready.
Okay, let me, here's one. No name on this one. I need a name on that one because that's a good question. All right, so this first one, this is Sanaya Norman. She's in 10th grade, one of our cheerleaders here. And she asked, what was the biggest thing that convinced you to get into agriculture?
That's so easy. I come from a long line of entrepreneurs, and you don't have to. But my great grandparents, who I knew when I was a little girl, have several acres of land in Louisiana, in Minden, Louisiana. And I would love to go down there and work that property, but it's in my blood. And my parents garden. Actually, I have a teen son. My teen son, when I bought this house, he was about 2, almost 3. And I had a garden and I had blueberries in there. And we came in to my sunroom and he said, I want to go back out and garden. I said, baby, it's too late. We can't go back out there right now because he wants some blueberries, you know? So family, bottom line.
That's awesome. All right, I like this one. This is Mila McCullough. She's in 10th grade, one of our dancers here at Velma Jackson. She asked, do the bees ever sting you?
Yes, I got stung, and I had an army vet over. I'm gonna tell Colette Trevino. She was here. She hadn't seen my bees, and we were right over there, right there next to the compost, and I was there just leaning over it. So bees use the sun as a GPS. So when they're gone, they come back out. They come back to the hive. Well, or they come and do their little bee dance, and they let the other bees know where the flowers are with the good nectar, with the good juice. And that bee said, whoop, and I said, it stung me in my eyebrow. Okay, so I'm going to teach you all this. You might know, especially if you're a scout, you don't pull the stinger out. I would love to get some interaction from your class, but I know they can't. You don't pull the stinger out because it releases the venom when you squeeze it. You get a card, like I have my business card, you flick it in the opposite direction and it'll come out that way. You keep flicking it and it'll come out. And, you can do it the same, the opposite direction, just is to coax it out. But I'm telling you, nothing happened to me. I was like, oh, that's great. I slept on my face a couple of days later, right on the eyeball, and it got puffy. I was like, are you kidding me? It was seriously 2 days later because it was still in there. I didn't want to shave off my eyebrow just to get that stinger out, but it still was in there a couple of days later and it released that venom. So great question. Yes, I've been stung. I'm still alive.
but people that do beekeeping get stung, but that honey is so good coming straight out of the hive. I mean, it's just something that's always going to sell.
You just don't aggravate them. You don't swat at them. That's all you do. And I know a lot of people don't know the difference between a yellow jacket, but these are like a more light brown. Yellow jackets are really like yellow and black. And those are my girls. They have drones. They actually have drones. Drones are the males.
Yeah. This is Madison Sims. She's in 10th grade, one of our volleyball players here. And she asked, do you think you would have enjoyed going to agriculture straight out of high school instead of going to the Army?
I'll be honest. A lot of people don't know what they're going to do right when they want to join. I was in some classes. We had some Navy recruiters come, and I thank God all the time that I didn't go into the Navy because I didn't know that I was claustrophobic until I went in the Army. I was in a tent. I always got a story. I went into a tent, and it was very few females in there. And I woke up in the middle of Camp Beauregard, Louisiana, and I knew it was a panic attack, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, can I scream because they will get me? They will get me." But that was kind of like, I love what I do. I'm 5.0. Okay. I'm gonna let y'all know I'm 5.0. I'm 50 years old. I don't look it, but I love sometimes your thoughts, your desires change. Sometimes you figure out who you are. People go to college all the time and don't know what they go out and they don't even do the same job that they want. A lot of people leave their city jobs to go and become farmers. Why? Because it's beautiful. It's lovely. And they say beekeepers live longer. That's not the reason why I'm trying to do it, but they say beekeepers live longer. So I hope I answered your question. See if she nods at you. You can look up and see if she nods at you and then says, yeah, or she give her some food for thought. I mean, everybody's got to eat.
Yeah.
I mean, you just what you need to do is like that French athlete did. He contacted a man in America. He contacted one of the best. Start writing some letters to people. Write the same letter, just change the name on it. Start writing people and say, if I were to come to your college, would you mentor? See if they respond. Yeah. You don't want to go to college and flop. But I mean, I'm not saying you have to go to college to be a farmer, but you know, it's good to stay up on the latest. Take some classes. You can still do the same thing. You just, what did I say earlier? You need some mentors.
Absolutely. I like this question. This is Bryson Stevens. He's in ninth grade. And he asked, out of all the things that you could have picked in agriculture, what made you focus on bees?
Oh, it was chickens and bees. It was the birds and the bees. I don't know. It's just calming. I know that we don't have, there's not a lot of beekeepers that look like me, you know? There's not a lot. And I love it. You know, I was in the Army. That's very structured, extremely structured. Beekeeping, I can be free. There's no set rule. You can Pygott. You can get Mr. Pygott what he advises. You can get what Miss Gorham advises, but then you're going to find your own path. You're going to find your own way. There's no set stone. Actually, I've come up with a little invention, and I'm going to submit it to the ABF, American Beekeeping Federation. And
cool.
Yeah, because I taught my mentor something. He was like, that's something different. Yeah, to keep my bees alive through the wintertime. You guys may not have that issue in Mississippi, but here in Indiana, we do get snow.
We get it once every blue moon. This is Isaiah Ray. She's in 10th grade, and she asked, this is a great segue. What is your favorite thing about beekeeping?
It's the excitement. I don't want to say, am I going to get stung? No. I make my little teen son do it too. The most exciting thing is seeing the pollen come in. To see the little pollen sacs come in and it's bright. Because as a new beekeeper, I was like, what is that? What is that stuff on there? And then I was like, okay, that's the pollen. Okay, right. And it comes in all different colors. It's great for allergies and stuff. Just, just helping people. People love honey, girl. Some Bryce, sorry. Oh, some oatmeal. Oh my goodness. Oh my, and some cherry. I don't know if I invented that, but recently I put some fresh cherries in my oatmeal. Oh my goodness. I thought I was, okay, rapid fire. Keep going. Keep going.
All right, this is Michaela Lumpkin. She's in 10th grade, also one of our cheerleaders. And she asked, we just asked what's your favorite thing about beekeeping. What's your favorite thing about agriculture?
My chickens. My chickens. Did you lay me an egg? Thank you. I always respect her. Thank you for my egg. I love doing that. Chicky poo poo. Hey girl. She loves Grubhub. She loves it. And she'll even pull my dress or something. She'll come between my legs. I know what that means. They're like a little kid. So I'll take my shovel and turn over a log or something. And she loves roly-poly. She loves mealworms. She loves the earthworms. But they can get a little disease from it. It makes them go like this. And you got to put a little apple cider vinegar in there. It looks like they're dying. You're like, what are they doing? Sometimes they're trying to get it in their crop, but sometimes it's a little worm that's attached themselves to their inside of their throat. And you just give them a little apple cider vinegar, with it. But an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. But my chicken, coming home and seeing her, and my son loves her too. It's like pet. Now, I will be honest, I got the wrong kind of chickens. I said, oh Lord, I spent my last $50 on some meat chickens. They're supposed to be slaughtered. I said, I can't believe this. I said, I just wanted some eggs. So there's a difference between a meat and a layer.
Yeah, because at Mississippi State they have a poultry science division, and they have one that focuses on the eggs and one that focuses on the meat. So that is a very good point.
So see, you're learning. I'm 5.0. I'm still learning.
This is Jada Hardy. She's in 10th grade, one of our dancers here as well. And she asked, where do you see your business being in 6 years?
Ooh, in 6 years, I will be definitely interstate commerce. So I am going to get what we call a lat number, so I can put it on my bead, on my honey jars, and then I can sell it on the internet and across state lines. That's huge. I'm going to be in multiple different residences, where I'm going to have hives at different locations, and I go and visit them all the time. And I will be at, I'm going to say, every city market within I'll say 13. I don't want to go too far. I might be at the city market, but we've got them at Fort Benjamin Harrison. We've got them where I was. Um, you don't know where I'm talking about, but 38th and Meridian, the North Side. I want to make sure that people know about who I want to educate people. I want to let them know. And I will have more than 100 subscribers on all of my social media. Right now, I'm at like 97. But again, Facebook changed the rules. You have, for business pages, you have to have at least 100 followers. I'm at like 97. And yes, I can push, like, hey, can you join my Facebook page? And then, but that's not making me money. It's having fun. It's sharing what I do with other people. But I will have a team of people. I will have a social media person. I will have an HR person. Oh, yes. And I will have some property in Louisiana. I will have some property in Louisiana.
Absolutely. I just got a few more. This is Zion Chambers in 10th grade, one of our basketball players. And he asked, how do you decide what produce to grow in your business, and how do you communicate that with your customers?
Okay, that's really important, is to know what to plant and when. Because if you don't plant, it's not always going to survive. It's not going to always thrive. You have to know what's right for that zip code. So everybody's in a zone, a USDA zone. I'm in zone like 5, 5A, whatever. So you know what you can plant when. To communicate that to your customers, you can say, I'm going to be at the Camden Farmers Market from 10 until 2, and I'm going to be selling blah, 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 blah. Now, I'm going to tell you something. What you think is going to happen may not always happen in life, period. What you plan may not happen. But if you don't even plan, then you fail. Plan to fail. So you can have the squash borer, the squash vine beetle. You could have squash bug. There's like 3 different things. They can come and destroy your property, and you not get a beautiful pumpkin like this. Okay? So that's what you do. You just say, hey, come to Gorham's Green Thumbs and Nursery. We're having a farm side market, and we're gonna, this is heavy. I gotta put this down. But I sell these little nets too. Maybe I sold, I think, 4 of them the other day. So people give their chickens pumpkins. So they'll cut it and the chickens will come and peck at it. So you put this up here. You can put lettuce in here, and they'll come and pick, it'll be contained. You can put a basketball in here. You can, keep your car neat. You can do it like this. So you want to not just sell just maybe one thing. You want to sell many things. You might want to sell beverages, everything related to that. You want to stay hydrated when you're out in the farm. Okay. So you might want some pure mineral water. You want to you got a friend that sells hats. Say, hey, I'd love to sell your hats. Collab with people. You guys know what collab means.
Yeah. All right, well, I just got one more. This is Shania Smith. She's in 10th grade, one of our volleyball players as well. And she asked, do you have any advice for anybody that wanted to start their own business?
Yes. I really want to say pray about it. That's number 1. But get a mentor. Absolutely get a mentor. I said, I can't stress it enough. So like in school, your counselors and your teachers are your mentor. Sometimes a club advisor. You want to do a business model canvas. Miss, I hope that you pull that out. I hope that you pull that out in your class and say, hey, here it is right here. Let's do a mock one. That's it. Let's do a mock business pitch. Practice your business pitch. Practice your elevator pitch. 30-second. Hey, I'm Kimberly from Gorham's Green Thumbs and Nursery, and I have several different products. I have chicken poop. I've got produce. I've got flowers. I've got seeds. You name it. You know, you got to sell yourself. It's all about selling yourself. I've gone to places when I had to rent a van to go and get some bee equipment. I had this jacket on. They had already knew I was a beekeeper. They were like, I'm going to support you. I'm going to support you. The customers knew I was or the people at the enterprise, she's between my legs. Hey, baby. They knew who I was because I had this bee suit on. Sell yourself. I'm sending some of y'all. Who knows? I might even send some of those people that talked about that asked those questions, send them some t-shirts with my company name on it. They're going to be, awesome. They might each one be a different one.
Well, we're almost out of time, and we thank you so much for joining us. But just a couple things before we go. You do love that chicken. First of all, tell us where to find your website and all of your information about your company.
Sure, absolutely. There you go. Well, you see, it's real life. Website: GORHAMS goldenenterprises.com. Gorham's, that's plural. Gorham's goldenenterprises.com. Go to Facebook, Gorham's Green. Gorham's is GORHAM''S. Gorham's Green Thumbs, and there's an ampersand sign, nursery, Gorham's Green Thumbs. Gorham's Golden Egg, again, GORHAM''S, golden honey. Gorham's Golden Eggs. And I have a YouTube channel at Gorham's Gold.
And all of your social media links are on your website as well.
Yeah. Yes, that's true. So thank you so much. I hope to come and see you guys one day.
Well, the last thing before we go is obviously you are a minority woman in a field that has been dominated by men for ages. Yes. Why do these kids really need to consider getting into these careers in agriculture, especially our young ladies?
Blacks in ag. I mean, I don't know if I started that. I don't know who I know I created it. So I don't mind stepping outside the box and being different. I love it. Purchase some land as soon as you can. Land is not going anywhere. You could, if you don't want to do beef farming, then you can grow another, as long as it's zoned properly. Put something else on there. I know, baby. Okay. So you can have a chicken, as long as the neighborhood will have a chicken on there. You can have your own eggs. Do you understand? You can sell them. It doesn't cost you anything except to take care of her. And I do give her a bath. Give her a bath. Yeah, you see that? Giving yourself a chicken a bath. Don't peck me, please, baby. So she's pecking at my feet. But because it's rewarding. So up at Purdue, which is a state school close to us, they have partnered with CLD, Center for Leadership Development, which is not just for minorities, but they want to see Blacks not just graduate from high school successfully, but go on to college and graduate. But they partner with them so they can go up to Purdue, our ag school, and stay there over the summer as high schoolers. So get with your local schools. And sometimes it's a consortium. You can do it in another state. So I think I can even do, if I wanted my son to do it, he could do it in Mississippi. I think it might be Jackson State or something like that. I can't remember, but yeah, they have different schools out there. So do it. I mean, you'll always feed your family. I'll put it that way. You'll always feed your family.
Absolutely. Well, this was just such an entertaining call for us, and definitely our first ever 2-camera setup and our first ever guest from the great state of Indiana. So we thank you so much. Kimberly Gorham, all the way from Indianapolis, Indiana, the owner, operator, founder of Gorham's Golden Enterprises, Golden Thumb, Golden Honey, Golden Eggs, right there in Indiana. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
All right, talk to you soon. See ya.